find the video nice? Yes. Now with the review part, we're gonna do some questions and answers to review what you have done, what you have watched and studied. Now let's watch together these questions and I will let you think for some moments and show the answer. Put the video to answer and check your answers with me. Okay, question one. Match the words and the definitions. Number one is done for you. Number one, remind. Number two, common. Number three, wealthy. Number four, in time. Number five, trust. On the other hand, the other column, A, having a lot of money. B, make someone remember. C, eventually, after some time. D, believe that someone is good and will not hurt you. E, usual or happening often. So number one is done for you. It's matched with, yes, B. B, remind means make someone remember. Okay, I want you to pose these questions and try to think of the answer of each word. What does it mean? You can go back to the text to get the right meaning. Okay, for the model answers, for number two, E for 3, A for 4, C and for 5, D. Perfect. Let's move to the other question, to the next one. Exercise 2. Are these sentences true or false? Okay. Number 1 is done for you. Black Beauty's new owner is an unkind, rough man. The answer is yes, false. We would do the same with the other points of the question. 2. Jerry and his family live in London. 3. Captain pulls the taxi carriage in the morning before Black Beauty. 4. Jerry is not rich, but he seems very happy. 5. Black Beauty found it easy to travel around London. 6. Taxi drivers had a lot of holidays. 7. Ginger looked thin and old when Black Beauty met her in London. 8. Jerry helped poor woman and her son. Pause the video and try to think of the answers. If you need to go back to the original text, do it. Okay, now the model answers. We're gonna check our answers. For number 2, 2. For number 3, true. For number 4, true. For number 5, false. The correction is he didn't find it easy in London. 6, false. The correction is they weren't common for taxi drivers. 7, true. 8, true. I hope all your answers are correct. Now let's move to the question 3. Answer the following questions. Number 1. How do we know that Jerry cares about horses? 2. What did Harry and Dolly do to help look after Black Beauty? 3. What did Black Beauty find difficult about living in London? I want you to vote these questions. Go back to the text if you need and find the answers. Now let's check your answers. I hope they are all correct. For number 1, he doesn't take the passengers quickly to the station because he always thinks about his horse. He doesn't want his horses to be tired. For number 2, Harry always helped to look after him and Dolly came to see him often. 3. He thought that there was a lot of noise and a lot of people, and it was difficult to find his way between all the other carriages. I hope all your answers are correct. Perfect. We're still in the same question, but number 4 and 5. Number 4. How easy do you think it was for people to travel around London at this time? For number 5, why didn't Derry go fast for the passengers who wanted to catch a train? Pause the video, try to think of the answers of these two questions, and come back to check with me. Okay, now let's check the model answers. These are suggested answers. Number 4, it was probably quite difficult because there were no cars, trains, or buses. Only wealthy people could take a taxi or carriage because they were probably expensive. Or number 4, again, suggested answer. He didn't want Black Beauty to be tired because then he could not do a good job later in the day. Perfect. Next question, which is matching. Number 4, match column A with column B. Let's start with column A. Number 1, Harry. Number 2, Captain. Number 3, Mr. Grant. Number 4, Ginger. On the other column, B, A did not feel strong enough to work well. B was the owner of a taxi business. C went out with the taxi carriage in the morning. D was Jerry's son. So you're gonna match each character with the sentence or the completion of the sentence. Pause the video and come back to check with you with me. Okay, now the correct answers are for number 1, D, 2, C, 3, B, 4, A. Good job. Now, exercise 5. Put the events in the correct order. This question is very, very useful as a summary of the chapter. Okay, so let's read together. A. Two men got into Jerry's taxi in front of the poor woman. B. A poor woman asked Jerry how to find the hospital. C, which is done for you, Black Beauty met Ginger outside the park. D. Jerry and Black Beauty took the poor woman to the hospital. E. Ginger told Black Beauty about her difficult life. F. The two men angrily got out of the taxi and walked off. G. A wealthy looking woman was pleased to find Jerry and his taxi. Number 1 is done for you as a model, which is letter C. Black Beauty met Ginger outside a park. Take your time to do it and come back to check with me. Okay, let's now check the answers. For A, 4, B, 3, C, 1, D, 6, E, 2, F5, G7. I hope all your answers are correct. Now we come to the last question. 6. Read the quotations and answer the questions. We got here one quotation. He's too handsome to pull a taxi. Number 1. Why do you think that one of the taxi drivers says this to Jerry when he sees Black Beauty for the first time? 2. Why did Black Beauty feel sorry for some of the taxi drivers and their horses? Do you remember the answer? Let's check together. Number one, he can see that Black Beauty is a strong, healthy horse. Perhaps he thinks that he is too good to do hard, difficult work. Two, because some taxi drivers and their horses have to work very long hours without a rest to get enough money. Some of them had to work for 7 days a week. Thank you so much for listening to me and taking the time to study with me. I hope this chapter is clear. Read it one more time and watch the video. It's so helpful. Thank you, Miss Marwa Shazly.